Hello, my name is Jess Marie. Welcome to yesterday's Coffee Grounds, where we are in a new space. I can't find my ring light, so I have my lamp right there, and it's kind of making me look ghostly, but that's the way that it's gonna be. Deal with it. Poor video quality, poor audio. If you're about that low quality, YouTuber type stuff, that's me. Hello, hi, I'm your girl Jess, and I do my best to keep it real. I think there is such a lack of authenticity in the world, and we're all just trying to be something that we want the world to see us as, and there's nothing wrong with that to a certain extent. Sometimes a fake it till you make it attitude is okay. I was talking to a girl the other day. She was living in the city for quite some time, and she didn't know how she felt about moving to a small town, because she's like, I love just having the access to everything so close by, and moving to a small town, maybe there's 2 grocery stores, a butcher, a couple clothing stores, like very small like that, a couple liquor stores, like, couple liquor stores. There's more liquor stores than grocery stores. Isn't that crazy? She's like, I don't know how I feel about that. And then she'd been here for a couple of months, and she's like, wow, I don't know. I didn't realize how much of my identity I was missing by living in a town where I'd walk around and see people wearing highest of fashions, and then I'd feel like I need to get a designer handbag. So she'd buy things that she didn't necessarily need, but being around that all the time, being visually, that visual intake of information makes the brain perceive itself. It's got to kind of transform to fit into the mold, right? You know what I mean? If you move to a town that's a lot of cowboys and western and very farm based, you're going to assimilate into that. I'm sorry if that's not the correct word to use. It's just the word that I'm thinking of right now. But acclimate to that, acclimate to your environment, adjust. You just want to fit in, and people just want to naturally fit in. And I think there's nothing wrong with that, because we as humans crave community, we crave connection, and we do want to be a part of something. We do. It's in our nature. And yes, there are some people who are like, no, I'm a lone wolf. That's how I like to be. But why are you that way? Because we do need a pack at some point. We do need our tribe. We do need people that we can connect with, right? And I was talking to her, and I can't actually remember how I got onto this conversation. But anyways, I've created this little space right now, and I feel so good about it, just because I needed my own little space to be able to create and be an artist. And that's just something, there's a blank wall right here, and I want to put a couple jars. I want to show something that I made. I made this just last night, and it's just a little wreath, and this is the kind of art that I make. Not all of it, but just like a little wreath hanger, and then there's a little bird on it, a little canary, and then a piece of beach glass that I'm trying to get to balance and hang. But this is the kind of art that I make, and it's cute and it's whimsical. It's very fairy-esque. That is very much my style. So I want to get a couple jars and stuff that I can bolt onto the wall, that I can grab seashells and pieces of wood, earthly items that I use in my day-to-day basis. Actually, the video I wanted to do was going through my art bin that I put away when I got pregnant, or just before I had my son, because I was not going to be diving into that for a little while. And now I'm craving that. I'm craving that so much, that need to create, that need to express my emotions through art. I do believe that we are all artists. And this isn't actually my quote. This is a saying, or from an interview of Yoko Ono's, where she was talking about how we are all artists, but we grow up into environments where we're not able to flourish, and we're not able to act on that art. And art can be so many different things in so many different ways. And art could even be the art of taking information that you learn and translating that into conversation. That can be art. To some people, I would say yes, there is an art form of being able to take this. So if you've ever listened to Elon Musk talk, he's the opposite. He doesn't know how to dumb his brain down. He doesn't know how to use basic layman terms of the information that he knows and spit it out. Jordan Peterson is a little bit better. Sorry, I'm using big names, but He's a little bit better at it, and I think he actually does a pretty good job. You just have to know what he's talking about, some of the definitions of the words that he's talking about, but you can get a little bit of a grasp of the idea. I'm waiting for somebody to finish his book, and then I think I'm going to start reading it. But I got a couple other books on the go that I don't know. The 12 Rules of Life. But yeah, I'm feeling so good in my own skin lately, and I thank a lot of people for praying for me and just having my back. Digging deep, thank you so much. I fucking love you, buddy. Just that continual support of, and Rob as well, you're probably watching my video. Rob, thank you. I love you. Just that support of having a small community of people, and I still don't really, I guess I'm seeing a friend tomorrow, but just having a small community of people that I'm slowly, gradually building and trying and trying to stay sober, trying not to drink. We went away this weekend to a small island from where we are, and it takes like 25 minutes to drive across the whole island. Like, there's not a lot going on there, and the speed limit's 40, so it's, 40, you're going 40K and it takes 25 minutes to go across the island, right? It's like, so we did dive into, they have cideries out there, so they have 2 cideries, one of them wasn't open, so we went to one twice. We were drinking a little bit out there, and that's fine, that is what it is. I was pretty proud I didn't smoke too many cigarettes, but it's definitely something that I feel like I've really grasped the ability, that I feel confident that I'm able to resist the temptation of using, drinking, and find myself, find the joy that I want to be in. Because this person that's on camera right now, I am not this person all the time. I am not someone who is comfortable in my voice. I am somebody, I get very insecure. I don't know how to always, when there's groups of people, I have a really difficult time. I went to a baptism this weekend, and I've never done anything like that before, and it was just something that it was a really special moment. I didn't get to hear a lot of the people speaking because I was tending for my son, but it's just a really special thing that these people can commit themselves the way that they do, and in a public way, that they rebirth themselves as a person of God, as a believer, a public act of believing in God. So that was pretty amazing. But there was an after potluck of the baptism, and right away I was like, oh my goodness, this is where I talked about this gal in the beginning, where she lived in Sydney, moved to a small town. But right as you walk in the door, there's this like a greenhouse area, and she has all her art stuff out, and like 100 plants and books. And I'm like, I'm just gonna dip in here. And I sat in there for 5 minutes, and I just started crying because it was so beautiful. It was so serene. It was just a little, and this is what I was able to create. I have one plant and this sheet and some First Nations instruments that were handed down from family, but just some things that are a little bit connected to me. And this was my grandma's right here. She loved giraffes, and she had a connection to the giraffe. So just things that are meaningful for me. And yeah, just I'm not able to have what this couple has. I don't want that. They have a 2-story house with multiple bedrooms and multiple bathrooms and a wine door, and I would love to have our art room, but you know what, the house isn't anything to me, and it doesn't mean anything to me. I want to feel secure in where I am, but I want to feel secure in myself, and not feel that I need the house. You know what I mean? I go to a couple people. This is where I also feel insecure, is people that I do sometimes associate with. They do have nice houses, and I'm like, they're gonna judge. They're not gonna judge me for the big dent in my car, but they're definitely gonna think something like, I wonder why she's got a big dent in her car. Both in the driver's side and in the back, there's a huge dent in the back. And it's like, I always wonder what people think, especially like going, I don't know. I don't know if our church is wealthy or not. We're not like a high class church or anything. Like, our church is in a coffee shop. And I do feel like not low class. I don't want to say that at all, but yeah, definitely I do get insecure. And I do judge myself, and I think that's part of where I have a hard time committing to the church. No, I love the people. I do love the people. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. It's not about that. It's not about that. I really just wanted to come on here and say that I feel so comfortable in myself, and thank you to everybody who has prayed for me and left comments and just gave me some love and support, because I do really, I fucking, it means the world to me. And I do feel like I'm getting better, and it's taken a long time. I would have said that I'm sick in some kind of way for quite some time now, where I am not been able to mentally make decisions that are in the best interests of myself. When it comes to drinking, that's also not in the best interest of my son. Not that I get reckless, but what happens is, even if I have a couple of drinks, like 2 or 3 drinks before he goes to bed, like we're talking, like if you're somebody who drinks a 12, 15 case of beer, 2 or 3 drinks is nothing. It's not going to get you drunk, right? So let's just take that into consideration. Let's say I have a drink or 2 before he goes to bed, my son, and then when he goes to bed, I have half a bottle to a bottle of wine. I'm waking up dry, hungover, low energy, and that's not in the best interest of him. It's not that I'm reckless. It's not that I put him in danger or anything like that. It's just, it's not in the best interest of him. And it's not in the best interest of myself, because what quality of life is that? And I feel comfortable talking about that because Tony Jeffries, he's a British boxer, he talked about that, of him drinking and partying, and his girls wanting to play with him in the morning, and he'd be like, he said openly and honestly, like, I don't want to fucking do this. But he'd get up and do it anyway, because that's what you do as a parent, as somebody who has children in this world and who love them. You just do it because you did it to yourself. I did it to myself every single time, and I feel like I'm a different person coming back from our little trip, our little getaway. I feel like I'm a different person, and I want to be on the right track. And I don't know what that looks like, but I have a lot of trust and I have a lot of faith. So with all that being said, my name's Jess Marie. Not to tell you what to do, but I hope you have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for listening. Bye.